Good morning students, I am Jacob, your English teacher. So today we are going to start with a new chapter which is from the diary of Anne Frank from your first flight book, page number 48. Okay, so before we start, like when we say diary, there must be certain students in your class who like writing diaries, like whatever has happened in the entire day or whatever their feelings are, they write it down in their diary. They must have maintained some sort of diary to write whatever has happened or maybe to write their feelings. Okay, so same way Anneliese Marie. So Anne Frank's original name was Anneliese Marie. She was called Anne. Okay, she also liked writing diary. Okay, and when we will read on page number 48, we would actually be able to understand that what she has been through during World War II. Like you already know, you must have read it in your social studies. So during World War II, when Nazis gained power, okay, so they started persecuting people. So Anneliese Marie Anne was a German Jewish girl, and how did the name of the chapter came? It actually came from her life, that she used to write diary when they were actually escaping Nazis persecution. They were actually hiding in hidden rooms in her father's Otto Frank's office building. Okay, and in a very young age, Anne died. She was actually suffering from typhus, which is actually a disease which causes rashes over the body and causes fever as well. So she died, and what her father did is saved her diary and wanted it to be published under the name of Diary of a Young Girl. So this is the chapter about Anne Frank. So let's read and find out that what exactly was written in her diary. So chapter number 4, first flight book, from the diary of Anne Frank, and page number 50. Let's start the chapter. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, and I have even greater need to get all kind of things off my chest. So in the first paragraph she says that I have never written anything before, she says, but still she has that urge, she has that curiosity that whatever is there inside me, that is feelings. When she says need to get all kind of things off my chest, means she wants to express all the feelings of her. Okay, and musings, fifth line, musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Musings means thoughts. So she says that nobody would be actually interested in listening to or maybe reading the musings, the thoughts of a 13-year-old girl, but still I am going to write because I want to get everything which is inside me. Okay, paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hand, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was brooding. So she says paper has more patience than people, which is correct. Okay, at a certain, or you can say after a certain time or after a certain limit, everybody gets impatient, exhausted. Like after taking good 5-6 hours classes, you people also get tired. After delivering 5-6 hours lecture in each and every class, we people also get tired, exhausted. okay, become impatient. But a paper is more patient, because whenever you write on a piece of paper, it will not say anything. Even if you will write the entire day, it is not going to say anything. So she is actually saying paper has more patience than people. And she says, when I feel little depressed, and she is actually sitting at home with chin in her hands like this, and bored and listless. The meaning of listless is written right next to the paragraph, which is with no energy or interest. She says that at home I am so, exhausted, okay, so lethargic, that I think that whether I should go out or I should stay inside the house. So this is what she is talking. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I'm not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-backed notebook, grandly referred to as diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of a difference. She's saying that I am planning that nobody reads my diary unless and until I find a friend, a good friend. This is what happens. Like, we also have best friends, and we share everything, whatever happens in our school life, personal life, tuition life, whatever. We share with that friend who is close to us. So Anne says that when I would actually show this writing or my diary to the one who would actually become my friend someday. So this is what she says. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. So the reason she has started writing a diary is because she has nobody to talk to, nobody to share her feelings. That is why she has decided to keep a diary with her and write all her feelings in it. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. So she was all alone in the world with no friend. But she says, I am not. Let's read and understand why she's saying not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister. There are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. So she says she has everyone. She has a loving family, an elder sister, loving aunts, and a good home. On the surface means on the earth she has everybody who loves her. I seem to have everything except one true friend. So she is actually looking for one true friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. Everybody thinks the same, that when I would be with my friends or when the school will reopen, we'll all going to enjoy. I am actually bored at home, during this lockdown. So same way, she is also saying that when I am going to be with my friends, I am going to have a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary, everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. So confide meaning is telling secrets or talking privately in each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. So this is what the problem is. We people also have sophisticated families. We also hesitate when we want to or wish to talk with our parents. We hesitate. Okay. So same way Anne said, I have everything, loving family, sister, aunts, good home, but we actually talk about everyday things. How is the school going? It's going fine. How are the studies? It's fine. Nothing personal coming from inside. Are you happy? Are you enjoying your life or something? So same way Anne says that I have everybody, but nobody to talk to, or nobody tries to get closer to me and share secrets or listen to the secrets of hers. To enhance the image of this long-awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I'm going to call this friend Kitty. So the diary which she started writing, she named that diary as Kitty. Okay? So she said that I am not going to describe the kind of friend I want, like the friend which she is looking for. She said that I don't want to describe it, but I want the diary to be my friend, and she names the diary as Kitty. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I'd better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. So plunge means to go into, and she says that if I have to write something inside the diary, she says no one would understand a word of my stories. She said that when I am writing in my diaries, nobody other than me would actually understand, and she states I would rather write a sketch of mine or my life. Although she dislikes it, she does not like writing about her own life, but still she says that I would rather write about my own life. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with her grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. So now she is actually telling about her family background, that how they have been traveling from one place to other, when did her father married her mother, and how at the end she was actually presented to her elder sister as a birthday present. I started right away at Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the 6th form, my teacher was Mrs. Caparis, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heart-breaking farewell. So now she is actually talking about her schooling. So as we people also built a very good bond with our teacher, same way she also had a very good bond with headmistress Mrs. Caparis. So she said that we both were in tears when she actually left the school, or when she retired, or when it was her last day in the school. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. So Grandma fell ill, and that is why her birthday was like not celebrated with a bash, but it was a normal birthday. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. So she's actually telling that Grandma died, and to pay tribute, gratitude to her, a candle was lit. Okay. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So she says that all four of us are good, in good health, we are doing fine, and she is actually saying that now the day is 20th June 1942 and she is dedicatedly writing her diary. And if you have any questions, whatever we have read till now, you can discuss it with me in our online class. So thank you students, and have a good day.